might as well do character introductions and then like maybe a brief summary of what has gone on so far.
Okay, I wasn't here last session, but I am Patrick playing Korrin the Mirthful. I'm a big, cheerful barbarian type. I was drinking, and then there was some shenanigans in the tavern, so we wound up in the sewers for a while, and then I apparently have been sleeping it off for however long it's been. So.
Yep, no problem. In fact, I plan to start with that. Like, okay, I'm just going to assume you're hungover.
Yes. I'm playing Baldwin, halfling fighter. Baldwin's a real dour, practical, somewhat ruthless and kind of greedy mercenary in the town. Baldwin's been present for all of this stuff, so he's kind of been there, but I don't know how much of this he's really put together himself. So, so after the events of the second session, I'm just trying to recall now, we were visited by a paladin who was a really interesting character. Baldwin and the paladin went back to the temple to try and clear out the ghouls that we'd found in the tunnel, in the sewers. But there were a lot of ghouls. So the paladin told Baldwin to bug off. In the meantime, I'll let the other characters who were here describe what they got up to. But yeah, that's basically what happened with Baldwin last time. Oh, but also the one important note. Baldwin did basically hear the Sheriff Sora, who is one of Virgil's kids, basically tell the paladin that if Corvin was killed, she wouldn't have an issue with that at all. And this is like the chief legal person, law person in the town. Yeah.
I guess before we get to Lucien, let's skip to Sadhana, since she was there and can do the other half of that summary.
Yeah, so I'm playing Sadhana, our elf wizard. While Baldwin and Samara were off dealing with like the ghouls in the church and whatnot, I went in and with our dear thief friend, who is not here today, went to try and investigate what the hell is going on in the factory. They went off to steal something so that I could track a wizard, like a wizard student who might have worked at that factory at some point, but who ran away and was somebody's brother. So I was going to use a personal effect of his to do a ritual to accomplish that. While I was there, I decided to, basically for laughs, employ myself in the factory to see what the hell is going on, try and get some information.
Cool. Yeah, I think since Isla is not here, I think let's retcon a little bit. And she handed you the kerchief she stole before leaving. I don't know how she got up to you, but she did. Oh, she was invisible, so yeah, she just walked right up to you. And so, Lucien, if you scroll down to the bottom of your character column there's a love letter.
All right. So Scott, he, him, playing Lucien, also he, him, a very joyous bard who, when last we saw, was returning with the sculpture that was located beneath the temple. And I need to roll. Do you have a roll for your party, Link?
I always forget to save it, and then let me start a new one.
No worries. And something happened to the character sheet. I've got a bunch of references now under moves. Is that just me?
Looks good on my end.
I refreshed it and it's perfectly fine. So it was totally, totally not my fault. No, couldn't have possibly been.
It's I've noticed that Google Sheets can get really slow and glitchy if like 3 or more people are editing it at the same time. There's a rule for your party in the chat.
Alrighty. Gonna be yellow, and it's +2, so I got a 9.
9. Cool. So you and Kimbo took that obsidian sculpture that you found below the temple. You went to Victor Mollahan, who offered you 1,000 gold for it. That's probably the most you're going to get for it. That's more than Mickey One Eye would pay you. But if you take it, Mickey One Eye will know that you found something, maybe not exactly what it was, and took it to his rival. So do you take the offer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go for that.
Yeah. And Mollahan goes upstairs, comes back down, and hands you a bag of gold.
Yay.
And takes that little, obsidian idol from you. And he's handling it very, very carefully, but like his hands are actually shaking a little bit, which, cursed item, very expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, he now has it, and you have a bunch of money.
Oh, pleasure doing business with you, and this just stays between us, right?
Of course. This is highly illegal. I hope you didn't tell anybody you had it.
Nope, of course not. Came straight here.
Okay. And I think Kimbo is with you at this point, but when you leave, he goes off to make some sort of excuses to Mickey. And you are free to do whatever it is you want. You have a ton of money.
All right. I'm going to go live it up tonight, I think. Find the finest place to eat in this lovely, lovely town.
So you go to the nice inn, and that's why they didn't see you. The nice bar, at least. The one where they don't water down the drinks. Korrin, you were at the cheap bar, getting thoroughly drunk on slightly watered down drinks. They aren't that watered down. They're definitely still, have a kick to them. And the next morning, you are sitting on the porch of the Lazy Bear Inn, squinting out at this inordinately bright day. It's inordinately bright, even though it's pissing down rain. And you're just waiting for Tark Broadwater's miracle hangover cure to work, when you hear a shout from across the road, and through the curtains of rain, you see a figure dart away from the market, kind of stop suddenly, and then disappear into the ground. What do you do?
Well, I guess squinting and grumbling, I'm going to be like, hang on now, and walk over and see what sort of means of egress they used, since that's relevant to my interests.
Yeah, it's kind of like a retention pond at the corner of the market, because you're right on a lake shore at the bottom of a valley, and this place just floods a lot. So that's why there's such this big sewer system, and there's a lot of little just low spots with like a drain grate in the bottom that leads to the sewer, and that drain grate is open, and you can see you probably walked past it several times the other day, but it was covered with snow. But now it's raining, the snow is thawing, and it is open, and you can hear running footsteps down below.
Trying to decide if I'm too hungover to care. So let's see what the dice say.
Roll for hangover.
The dice say I'm too hungover to care. So I think I'm going to, I mean, do I see people giving chase to whoever this person was?
No, there's somebody who like kind of runs out and just sort of stands, you know, by the and looks around and like doesn't see whoever it was and like kind of gives up there. And like you look down and there's a big hole there. But yeah, there's nobody. The guy who came out to look just kind of walks back to wherever he came from.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to stumble back to the porch and now be damp as well as miserable. And just, yeah, like I'm not really prepared to jump back in those sewers and give chase. So.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Sadhana. So you were in a job interview, and I think it makes sense to do a parlay roll here with your leverage being, hey, I can help you churn out these crappy enchanted objects faster.
Sure. Parlay is charisma, yes?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that is a 5.
Oh boy.
But I get an experience.
Yep, you sure do. Yeah, I think he's going to hire you anyway because he is short-handed. But yeah, I'm going to hold on to that 5 for a little while, not very long. Baldwin.
Yeah.
What's up?
What's up?
You left the temple. Where are you going?
Yeah, that's a good question. Right. So I've left Samara to die in the temple, presumably.
Yeah. As she wanted.
Yes. So I know that that Sadhana is at the factory. There was a piece of we learned that there was a second coffin.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah,
that's
right. An important detail.
That's the important detail that we like went there to find out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. From my understanding, from Baldwin's perspective, like it would have been just to return to the inn and wait for everyone to regroup, and then we do the ritual or whatever to find this missing brother.
Okay.
So I think that's where Baldwin would be heading.
Okay.
To the lazy bear.
Yeah, you are like slogging back through the rain and mud toward the lazy bear when you hear someone like call your name, and you like hear squishing footsteps come up, and Greta catches up with you.
Oh.
And
what direction did she come from? From the town?
not from the town. She's going toward the town.
Okay, sure.
She's just like catches up. Hey, Baldwin, have you you went back to the temple, or is there something else down here that needs killing? Need any help with that?
Why, are you looking to impress your friend again, or I forget their name? Sorry.
Yeah, you mean Maria? No, I don't think she's all that impressed by killing things. I just
Okay.
If you need help with something,
No, the paladin. I don't know if you remember the tall, slightly insane, heavily armored woman who was here earlier. No, she's
the one who was sure I was lying to her for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think I'm going to go back to the inn. I don't think there's anything to take care of here.
Have you?
Can I like suss her out or something? Because
Sure.
this is
Yeah,
really
go for
odd,
it.
really
Uh-huh.
unusual.
Yeah. That's not I mean, she does know you, and like you did both, like Virgil taught you both to fight probably at roughly the same time. In fact, you're a halfling and she's a human, and she's like 5 years younger than you. So he probably made you fight her a lot because you were probably the same size at the time.
Right. Well, I got a 7 on the die. Am I using any particular stat to...
I think that'd be wisdom.
Yeah, no, so 7.
Okay. Yeah, ask your question.
All right, so this is just standard.
Yeah, I think
Standard rules, Tom.
realities.
Come on. What here is not what it appears to be.
Yeah, Greta.
Yeah. Like,
Trying to think of how to like.
oh, hang on a minute. I'm going to try and sneak a peek at my sword.
Okay. It's
Nothing.
nothing.
Nothing. Okay, so it's not like some weird.
Yeah, depending on, let's see, where are you? If you're not like right close to the temple, and you wouldn't be, I don't think. No, there's nothing.
Okay. Okay, no worries. So Greta is not
She's
who
not a vampire.
No. But also Greta is not who she appears to be.
She's not what she appears to be. No, she does.
No.
She's clearly like, she like wants to tell you something, but maybe not everything. If that, I'm sure you've had that conversation, frequently, because like you're a mercenary and you deal in things that are not supposed to be publicly known. So you're probably used to this like kind of not, I guess innuendo is maybe the right word for it. And yeah, finally she's like, have you seen Corvin?
Corvin? No, not recently. Why?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I don't know, he came by yesterday looking for the people I ran into in the cellar, and I haven't heard anything from him since. I don't like that he's involved. I didn't want to get anybody involved. It was just a stupid, like, I'm fine. They stole a bucket and some table legs and some food. It's not a big deal.
Right. Oh, no. I'm sure it's fine. Look, I'm headed back to the town. Did you want to tag along, or I mean,
Yeah, sure.
and I point back to the temple. You're not.
No.
No.
I kind of do want to be honest. I do kind of want to see it now that, I tried to go in before. We all did. Like everybody tried, but nobody gets past the poltergeist, and it's been closed for 2 years now, and I don't know. It probably looks the same as it did 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's
But I
just
didn't want to see what was down under it.
Yeah.
You said something about a coffin.
Yeah, there were a couple of coffins in there, sort of disused and stuff. Like we think that's from the business with the vampires from back then.
Yeah, that's real close to where the fight was.
Yeah.
Shit.
I figured I figured that was just where they were actually hiding, because I don't think we ever found their lair or anything like that at the time. So, that's all that was. And I think Baldwin is going to want to try and convince it to, like, no, don't go anywhere near the temple right now, thank you. But I think Baldwin will say, look, the paladin lady is in there taking care of some undead that are still active, and there were a lot. So
Undead vampires? No. There haven't been anything like what happened 3 years ago. I just
no ghouls. I think they've been kept up, contained inside the sewer that ran between the town and the thing, and so Oryx kept it locked up for ages. So no, there's
okay. Yeah. It just my brother died right near that temple. So it's that's the other thing about Korvin. You know why my mom doesn't like Korvin, right?
I didn't. I mean, not really, to be honest. All I know is that when he died, I thought sort of blamed him or something like that. And I thought, oh, well, I don't know the details, so it's not really any of my business. So
I just, he's, I mean, look, you were in the militia too. We were, and
yeah,
you know, you all used to come in. They wouldn't let me actually go out on patrol. I mean, now I understand because, you know, I was 16, but at the time wasn't great. But, you know, and I kept track of the maps and where all the patrols were going. And look, Korvin, after Mullahan's people came in, Korvin started working with them, but he still came in to tell me where they were going and to like keep from sending people to the same place all the time.
sure, right.
That group, they always claimed the woods south of town, and I thought that they were just lazy because they were based at Mullahan's house, and that's practically his backyard. But if the vampire was staying in the temple, I wonder if they knew all along.
So they knew about the vampires staying in the temple, and that those people in the woods already knew that.
I don't know. My mom thought that. Not that she didn't know about the vampire staying in the temple, but that the night Erwin died,
Yeah.
Korvin came in and told me that somebody told him they saw a shadow in the sky. That's what he said. It's near the lake shore. And, you know, I was all excited. And I told the next group that, and the next group, and everybody went that way. And that's when that fight was going on. That's when they found the vampire. Korvin didn't want to share the reward and the glory. So I think they told me that to keep the other groups away. And then there was nobody to help when
the vampire actually counterattacked or was discovered or what have you.
Yeah. But now that you tell me staying in the temple, I don't know, it just seems even more, even worse.
Are you saying that you think that they knew about the vampire the whole time?
Yeah.
And so maybe they were not actually there to kill the vampire. Maybe they were there to find the temple. The temple's been ruined for years now, hasn't it? So
it's a couple of years. It wasn't ruined at the time. It was still like this priest was still alive. But I don't know how much anyone went into the crypt.
So Korvin lied and put.
That's what I think. I mean, that's what I've always. That's what my mom thought. But I don't know. It just seems more likely now. They would have seen whatever tracks vampires leave. You know, maybe they saw them there.
Nah. And
they knew ahead of time.
I have a feeling it's something else going on. Look, don't worry about that for now. Like, I understand that it's where your brother died and everything. Don't get me wrong, I like going too, but no, that's not safe up there right now. Best to just leave everything be.
All right.
How old is Greta now?
Maybe 20.
18. Maybe 20, you're right. Yeah. Well, Baldwin's going to take her hand, and it's like this, and he's just going to very forcefully lead her back to the inn.
You notice kind of a smell on her clothes. It's sort of a wet dog smell.
Wet.
And you know that like Greta doesn't have a dog, but there are a lot of very large dogs. I mean, they use them instead of horses here, basically. Big brown and white dogs. But like,
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, you go back to the inn, and Korvin is still sitting on the porch.
Is
Hang on.
that so?
Wait, hang on. I'm Korrin, not Corbin.
Korrin. God, I should have changed the name so that I wouldn't be doing that. Korrin is sitting on the porch.
I mean, unless Corbin is also here.
No, Korrin is not there.
Okay.
I was going to say, oh, that's ominous, but no. Okay. Right. So when Baldwin comes around the corner, he sees Korrin there. How does Korrin look? Korrin looks really out of it, right?
Hungover. I think at this point I'm starting to get it together. I've probably got some hair of the dog, but I'm just kind of like, hey.
Yeah.
Baldwin,
you see
how's it going?
Baldwin has this weird expression on his face. Baldwin is like, you've probably seen him get antsy before when he knows there's going to be trouble, like because he's leading Greta by the arm, and I don't think Greta has like actually let him do that since I don't know when, since she was like a kid. You've never seen it happen before because you don't actually live here, so you just hear a lot. You've been here a few times. I reckon, yeah, it looks really unusual, and you see Baldwin is like looking around to see if anything's out of place or not right.
In that case, I'm probably kind of concerned, leaning forward, looking around. Everything okay there, friends?
Yeah, everything's fine. And I think Baldwin is going to sort of try and look inside, try and sneak a glance inside the inn to see if anyone else that shouldn't be in two places at once is actually in there.
Okay.
Anyone who shouldn't be in two places at once? No, you see Virgil. You see Tark behind the bar.
That's it. Yeah.
And you see Auric and his giant dog.
Right. No, that would explain. Is the dog sopping wet or something? Because it's been outside.
It's raining.
So
I mean, everything's sopping wet right now.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Never mind then. Right. So Baldwin like visibly relaxes and yeah. No, nothing unusual. The paladin. You were passed out when the paladin landed. He got here, so never mind that.
I missed the paladin?
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
I almost started a fight, which is probably not a good idea. But yeah. Anyway, has the elf wizard lady come back at all, or?
I haven't seen her.
Right. Okay.
Have you heard from our less reputable friends? I'm starting to think that they're not going to pay us.
What? No, I haven't. Let's find them. Let's go find them right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I'm gonna leave Greta to return to the inn. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Lucien, you can show up anytime.
Yeah, they're just walking down the street, and I walk up like Bill Murray at the end of Ghostbusters, looking, like the cleanest one in the entire town. Well, I hope everybody's been having a good time.
Hey, buddy.
That's good to see you. You look tired.
Yeah. No, I drank a lot.
Fair. Me too.
How did everything go? Were we successful? Talk to me.
We got paid.
Excellent.
So I think our adventures have paid off for us. I have some money to share with you. Anything exciting happen while I was partying it up?
Jeez. No. So I think Baldwin and Korrin both like, just weird shit. It's Jawbone.
Cool.
Right, sounds good. Well, the less I know, the better.
That's always been my philosophy. So about that money.
And
yeah.
Where's Kimbo?
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I for one am shocked.
Yep. Fair call.
Don't recall that name at all.
Whatever.
Split it 3 ways.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Incidentally, Kimbo said he was going to make excuses to Mickey One Eye. None of you have seen him since.
Well, that well. Yeah.
Great.
Well, thank God I never worked with Mickey One Eye because he's not got no real reason to care about me. So.
I mean, he can try. That's all I'm going to say.
What's another town
Anyway.
to run out of?
So that's 300 and change apiece?
Yep.
Beautiful.
Nice.
My parents will be delighted.
Damn.
I think I know it's a beginning of session move, but I forgot it, and this is a good time. What's money like in your homeland, Korrin? Are you like is money common, or is it normally a barter system, or
They barter, but they trade with people who they're not like isolationists. They trade, and money is a convenient shorthand. And when it's actual gold, it's not. You don't have to worry. It's not quite such an economic fiction. So, I'm more likely to lay in a bunch of supplies before I travel than to take them an actual pile of gold. But this means that I can leave them, in addition to supplies, a pile of gold that they can use for trading. So,
cool.
Yeah. So with this rain, does that mean the pass is going to be clear soon, hopefully?
Yeah, I think you were at the tavern at the same time as Auric, and he probably would have brought that up. That's probably why he showed up in the first place. Yeah, it'll probably be open tomorrow if you can deal with the mud. There'll be snow. It won't be fun, but it won't be 10-foot snow drifts and probable avalanches. So.
Well, I'll give it another couple days since I'm apparently rich now. So
yeah, you can take your time.
Yeah.
Okay. While you all are divvying up the money and deciding what to do with it, Sadhana, what's up? You have been put to work.
Yes, I have.
You are basically the end of the process of creating their little dagger knife things. They're terrible. Like, these are the crappiest quality knives you've ever seen in your life. But the enchantment that you're supposed to put on them is that they do not cut flesh. They only cut plant matter. They're for like chopping vegetables and, cutting branches off trees, things like that. So that is the gimmick for these. And Ambrose explains this to you, and then he's like, I'll bet you're thinking like, this is. He shows you like this big bin of them. Like you're not going to be able to do all these in a day, but I'll come with me. And he opens a little closet at the end of the workshop. And you see on a shelf in the corner this little copper sculpture. Had you been with the others at the same time, you would recognize like the general shape of this sculpture. That one was obsidian with like copper wire embedded in it. This one is just copper. But it's the same style. It clearly came from the same culture. And he explains that this is basically a magical battery. That when you start to run out of power, you can like go up and like absorb power from it and go back and charge some more enchanted items.
Yeah, I just sort of like look at it. I just go, Fascinating. How much does it store?
We've never found the end of it. It seems to just maybe it recharges itself overnight, but we've never run out.
Huh. Strange. Perhaps it siphons life energies from the various members of the town.
Well, that's a nice thought. I don't really think that's the case.
Good way to externalize costs, though.
Sorry.
Good way to externalize costs, though.
Well, you would think it would take energy from the people closest to it first. And everyone's fine here.
Probably nothing, then. And while we're having this conversation, I would like to analyze this thing.
Sure.
I think maybe I would like to attempt to spout lore on it.
Yep, go for it.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and pull out one of my books.
Okay.
As long as that's not going to bring too much suspicion.
No, I think, he knows that you're a scholar, and he, wouldn't be surprised if you would pull out a notebook and start,
Yeah. All right. So that's an 8.
Okay.
Or sorry, it's a 7.
Okay. I guess, that's the wording, right? Okay. About this thing. So the style you easily recognize is coming from New Voltaire, which is the ruined, haunted city that artifacts from it are illegal here for good reason, because they tend to be haunted. They tend to be, I guess haunted is maybe a good word, but they tend to be cursed, at least. The fact that people have been using this for apparently a while suggests that maybe this one isn't cursed. But it magical, like a source or a storage of magical power, is very much in line with the kind of things that the wizards in New Voltaire were working before the big cataclysm.
Yeah, would this have been really sophisticated tech, or?
Yes. This wouldn't have been new to the point. It wouldn't have been experimental, but it would have been something that you would not have seen outside New Voltaire.
All right. So I just would have as I'm reading the book, I just go, quite the sophisticated piece of technology you have here. And then I take the book and I just throw it behind me, and it explodes. Because they can only read them once. And I sort of say, seems to have acquired quite the prize. Sort of turn back to look at it. Back to look at the box of knives, essentially. And I say,
he kind of waves around. Yeah, it's increased our, it's made us able to mass produce enchanted objects, and it's tripled, quadrupled. I'm not sure. I don't keep the books, our profits, but it's been a huge boon to us. I hope you realize this is a secret.
Of course. I will keep it close to myself. Now, I suppose I should get to work then?
Yes. I'm guessing a sorcerer of your caliber knows how to do such a simple spell.
Of course.
And you have no trouble doing that. It's not anything you need to roll for. And you can, if you were to roll for it and fail, you could just go charge up. But here's when that 5 comes in. You feel something you recognize the magical current through the air, I guess. It probably has a funny smell or feel to you. What does it feel like if someone's using magic near you?
I think it's probably an electric static, and maybe the smell of metal.
Okay. Yeah, you feel that, and not just with the other. There are other mages, and they're doing the same thing you are, but this is aimed at you.
All right. Do I have a counter spell?
I don't know. That's why I was.
Probably not. No, I don't have any ongoing spells. Actually, no, I don't think I do.
Okay. Cool. You feel this like static pass over you. And before you can really register what's happened, it's gone. And it's like you're not hurt. There's nothing obviously, there's no obvious results of it right now.
All right, I think I just sort of like play it off, essentially, then.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just like continue sort of doing this process until this guy goes away, if he goes away at some point. And then I would have to go in private to I should really probably figure out what the hell spell was just cast on me.
Yeah, that might be good.
Can I like introspect on the magic?
Sure. Yeah, just like how do you do that? We'll figure out what.
Yeah, I mean, I could just like cast detect magic on myself, essentially.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, let us cast a spell. Oh, hey, look, another fail.
It must have just been
you just really want to level up.
Yeah. Maybe you drank too much last night. Who knows? Maybe one of the other wizards turned around at the wrong time or was distracted and misdirected their spell. Who knows? You're fine. But where did you sneak off to?
I don't think I snuck off immediately. I think maybe just like for the detect magic thing, especially. I think I just sort of like cast it while I was there.
Okay. You just waited till Ambrose left. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do you do anything after that?
Then I'm gonna go like, all right, I guess everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Okay, cool.
My magic has never been wrong, and then I'll go head off to the artifact at some point.
Okay. Yeah. What do you? Actually, let's cut to. Who have I not? I guess the rest of you are all together, right? Yeah. What are you two? What are you three up to?
So I got to tell you, Baldwin, I saw some more shenanigans in the sewers this morning. I wasn't quite ready to go down there and hit my head over again, but and I'll just kind of point lazily from wherever we are. That storm drain over there, as soon as the snow clears out, looks like people start using it. So I'm surprised this hasn't come up before, honestly. It seems like you've got a Thieves' Highway down there.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah. This is no. What do you say? You want to go down there? You want to figure out what's what?
Well, now that my head doesn't throb quite so much, I suppose it's worth a try. Let's avoid oozes this time, though.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no problem there. What about you, Lucien? You want to come find another story to turn into a song you can sing for drunk audiences at some dumb, stupid place? Fuck, sorry, I'm really pissed off. Look, let's just go down there.
That was, as you so loquaciously put it, yes, stomping around the sewers is usually the kind of story that I do like to tell around an open fire, but only for the right crowd and audience. Yes, let's please set forth.
Look, I'm sorry. It's been a long day, and things are obviously there's some wacky stuff going on in this town, and I'm kind of sick of it. Look, did you get a look?
It doesn't
Did I
feel
what?
strange here.
Yeah, it is. Oh well, maybe not for this town, but yeah. Korrin, did you get a look at whoever went into this tunnel?
No, I think that caused a commotion in the marketplace. I assume they stole something and made a run for it. Maybe our guys from the other night may not be. It was hours ago. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought about going down there, but the smell kind of... I needed to get some breakfast first. You understand.
Yeah. You were going to bath, weren't you? Yeah.
Pretty much.
Okay, no worries. Yeah.
I do have to ask you, though, Baldwin, when was the last time you slept?
When was the last time I slept? I don't remember. I think, no, we did. We did have a break at some point in between end of session 2 and session 3, didn't we?
Yeah. I don't know if you slept, but like it was the next day, session 3.
I assume I slept.
So it's been a couple days, huh?
Yeah, it has been like, so yeah, Korrin, you were out for a day, basically.
Oh. Huh. Yeah,
Most of the afternoon. Yeah.
All right. Well, what the hell? Let's jump down and see what's going on down there.
Let's do it.
Hi ho, hi ho.
No waiting.
To the sewers we go.
Yeah.
Yep. So it's kind of the same as the one near the water tower. It's ladder. It's not like niches in the wall that form a ladder, but as soon as you get down, you like your foot hits something, and like at first it seems like a stick, but then it's too regular to be a stick, and you pick it up, and it is a table leg.
Motherfucker.
And it's got some dried blood on it that hasn't quite washed off because it's up against the wall, not in the stream of water in the middle. And it's got kind of some slime and some black fur stuck to that dried blood.
Has it been carved into a steak at all?
No.
All right.
Just a table leg. It's still the same shape.
Vampire ambiguity remains.
Yes. Now, unrelated, potentially, what color is Oric's dog? What color is that dog's fur?
Brown and white.
Okay, not related. Didn't think so.
No, they did not. The dog.
No.
At least not that one. But,
werewolves? I'll say this to you. I'll hold up and say werewolves. Well, why a steak? Why a wooden table leg? I don't quite. Whatever. And
table.
So this is a thing that was stolen from the inn the night before. When you left to do your thing, there was some commotion here at the inn, and turns out someone had pinched a few table legs, broken some table legs off some furniture and a few bits of food, and then made off their way out into the sewers. I think we may have just found... Is there anything else here, Beth? Is there like no scraps or anything like that?
There's if you look, there's like just enough light that you can see like trying to think of the word like a squash floating down the stream of water in the middle.
Right. Okay. Well, it's a bit hard to see down here, but I think this is maybe where that person went rather than the direction that we ended up traveling down, Korrin. And, yeah.
I blame the elf for that.
Well, this definitely does seem to be the way the great table leg thief of town has come. So perhaps we can find the rest of these table legs and collect a reward.
For me, it's more about slapping around the people who assaulted Greta. But you know what? If we get the table legs back too, works for me. Beth, did I pay attention earlier to which direction they ran off? Can I at least get us started?
Yeah, I think you would hear that they ran upstream.
Okay. Okay. So it sounded like they were going upstream. I have no idea where this leads, but it's worth a shot, right?
Yeah. If we wanted to, we could ask for help. Oryx just an in, and he knows the sewers better than anyone.
I have no objection.
None. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do that. So we'll hop up.
Maybe get some potpourri while we're up there.
Okay.
You all made a smart decision. That's new. Yeah.
It was accidental. We didn't do it on purpose.
Yeah. Not at all intended.
Yeah. So you go back to the tavern where Oric is, and it's 9 o'clock. So it seems like a good time for a 5-minute break. That's good for everyone.
All right. Sounds good. See you in 5.
All right. Let's cut to Sadhana. What's up?
Yeah, so I think like during a break, essentially, I like poorly feign a little bit of like exhaustion, and I like walk over to the object, right? Walk over to the cabinet, open it up, sort of casually, look at this thing, and then sort of like look over my shoulder, just sort of like look around to see if anybody is like watching me.
One of the other wizards is kind of like watching you, not like just sort of idle curiosity, I guess, because you're new and that's interesting.
Sure. And I just sort of like wave to them a little bit, and I just sort of say to them, "We're curious about where this thing comes from. What about what this can do?"
It's from New Volteri. Anybody can tell you that. That's not that's actually, wait, I lied. Let's retcon that. Step back. They don't tell you that. You already know that as a player, so that's fine. And you actually, Sadhana already knows that. But no, they don't tell you that.
Yeah.
They just kind of shrug. I mean, we just use it to do our jobs. None of my business.
You're not curious as to how deep the well of power goes?
I've never managed to run it out. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know, I guess.
So tell me, how do I? And I basically gotta so I basically sort of like, okay, tell me, how exactly does this work? And I sort of move forward as if I'm not really sure what the hell's going on, right? Mm-hmm. Like I'm not familiar with using this object. But I'm going to basically use this as a ruse for reaching basically as deep into this thing as I can possibly go and pull as much power out of it as I possibly can.
Sure. What the hell?
Maybe manifesting it is like, I don't know.
Are you casting a spell here, or are you just like, okay?
Probably not magic missile. Okay, should I wonder if I could turn this whole place invisible. That might be fun.
Go for it.
I mean, I don't have any fire spells, so I suppose I could just like conjure just generic fire, can I?
You know what? If you get enough power from this thing, yeah, you could definitely you could conjure fire. Sure.
All right, so I'm just gonna like basically just conjure as much fire as I possibly can.
I guess roll cast a spell, and obviously you forget the spell is not going to be an option on a 7 to 9.
That's a 7.
Okay.
So I guess I will choose. I mean, you draw unwelcome attention or put yourself in a spot.
Yeah, you sure do. Okay, so what do you do with this? Like, you have power to start a fire somewhere.
I'm just gonna start like launching magical fire, basically just chaotically at will.
Okay.
Gonna pretend like I don't know what the hell's going on, right? That I'm very
like
I'm being overwhelmed by its power. Oh God, I'm not using it correctly.
Yeah, the other wizards like see this scatter, and then like you're just randomly shooting flames everywhere, and then Ambrose comes in along with some of those wizards, and you'd feel like that just the fire stops. Like you keep, and it's not leaving your fingers now.
All right. It's like, oh, thank God you stopped me.
He just comes up and kind of gestures to someone behind him, and a guard comes in and has like some rope, and it's like, are you gonna come? You're obviously fired. Are you gonna come with us on your own, or do we have to drag you?
Oh, and I pull out an opal. What would be the fun in that? I'm gonna try and cast invisibility.
Yeah. So Ambrose is sort of dampening your spell. So like, I guess just take -1 to it, because I don't think he's expecting this. He's expecting more fire.
All right. Gotta mark another experience, folks.
Oh boy. On the other hand, maybe one of the other wizards is expecting it and grabs the opal before you can use it. And
of course that I was going to come with you. I mean,
yeah, the guard like grabs your hands, like pins it behind your back, and just like marches you out through the factory and toward the gate. And then before you get to the gate, they take a sudden turn into this little like guard shack beside the gate. They kind of go like out and then in between the fence and the guard shack and around the other side, and open a door, take you inside. And then they take you to a trap door.
oh, lovely.
And open the trap door, force you down into it. And they come down with you, two guards. You hear a growl in the dark, but they don't seem concerned. They just like nope, keep moving. And you find yourself being marched down a tunnel. What do you do?
Yeah. So I think I act nonchalant, sort of like walking down and sort of like looking around. Oh, I like what you've done with the place.
They don't respond.
Yeah, I guess I'll just let them take me wherever they gotta take me.
Okay. The tunnel slopes down a little bit along, well, not that long, but it's sort of a gradual slope down, and it gets wetter as you go. And then it seems to dead end until one of the guards kind of steps forward and like pushes, kind of feels around, pushes on it, and the door opens, and you are standing in an opening in the wall of the sewer. And you're, about 5-6 feet up, and there's, enough handholds going down the wall, and one of the guards climbs down, and he's standing in like knee-deep water because it's been raining, and the sewer is this is the most water you've seen like in an upper reach of the sewer yet. And the other guard kind of knocks you down, but he does like briefly let go of your hands. If you wanted to try anything, now is your chance.
What do you folks think? It's gone real well up to this point. All right.
You got a winning formula going on.
I do.
You got to keep going with it.
I mean, fuck it. Let's just try. Did the outright failure from the last spell, is that going to incur any penalties on me?
No, the penalty was them just grabbing you and dragging you down this. This is the penalty.
All right. Fuck it. Let's just cast magic missile at this guy.
Okay.
All right. There's a 10.
Yeah.
Do I have any penalties or anything like that?
No, I mean they're not wizards. how do you? Well, okay, I guess there's. How do you do this? Like, does this require a lot of movement, a lot of time, or is it something that you can just kind of mutter quickly? I mean, you got a 10, so you succeed, but
yeah, that's a very good question. I think maybe what I do is I like I like lift my hand. Yeah, what the hell? Maybe I've got like a ruby on like a ring on my hand or something. I sort of like take that out and I like pop it out at the socket and basically just like throw it at him essentially.
okay, and it just like bursts into flame as it hits him, and yeah, he goes flying backwards into the water.
Should I roll damage?
Yeah.
All right. Fortunately, I'm not entirely sure what health levels are. Oh, I like that 7. So 7 points of damage to this individual?
Yeah. You throw him backwards. He slams into the wall. He hits his head, and he's in the water. And he just floats away, bobbing on down the sewer.
All right. And this was the guy who was up top with me.
Yeah, this is the guy at the top. The guy at the bottom. Where are you standing right now?
I'm standing at the top of the ladder.
Okay. Guy at the bottom pulls a gun on you.
Ah, God. Right, those are a thing in this game.
Yeah.
Do I have enough time to cast another spell?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. I mean, you have to have been expecting a reaction from him.
All right, that's a 9.
Okay.
It's got to be magic missile again.
Okay.
I guess the consequence. Does it make sense to? I guess I have to choose one that makes sense, right?
Yeah.
So I guess forgetting this would be a really bad idea. Maybe I'll just take -1 ongoing to casting spells.
Okay.
Yeah, you can only use the same opal so many times.
Yeah, it's wearing out. Your holdout ring is just you no, you threw the ruby at it, so the opal, yeah, it gets a little like kind of duller looking every time you use it.
All right, let's go ahead and roll damage then. That's 6.
Okay, yeah, you kill him. You like knock him flat, and again, if he was alive, he's not going to be, because he's going to drown as he floats away, because he's not swimming. He's just gets swept under and he's gone, and you are now standing right here alone.
Sure. Before he leaves, I'd like to jump down and like take a knife from him and like fucking cut the ropes off if possible.
Oh yeah.
So cut the ropes off. So like dust myself off, and I just say I'm fucking peasants. All right. I suppose time to find wherever in the hell we are.
Right now you are standing in knee-deep water in the sewer.
All right. I guess I will start going upstream.
Okay. Cool. And we will cut there as you're slogging upstream against the current. And yeah, the other people who wisely left the sewer to go talk to Auric. Auric is in the inn, and he will answer your questions. And also, like, as you're at, like, when you start talking about the sewer, he's like, "You're all going down there again?"
Yeah.
So much fun.
Well, all right. You look. If you see any alligators, you are more than welcome to them. I'll be glad to get rid of them. They are they're a pain to watch out for. They hide in the water. You can't really see them. I don't think you'll see any moss bears, but maybe ghouls. You know about the ghouls. The centipedes are everywhere. You know about them. And as he's talking, he's like, he takes a scrap of paper out and he's like kind of drawing on it, and he draws you this map.
Oh, yes. We should have done this the first time. Just possibly. Where has it all gone? right. Lazy bear. Very good. That's what we wanted. Ah. So what we would have done, we would have gone up into this main shaft there that leads into the swamp, but we took the right-hand turn
Mm-hmm.
and went down.
Yep.
Oh.
Right, the little like circle kind of Lazy Bear, and then there's like a road, and then there's a road going north. That little circle, that's the drain by the market.
Is that what we exited from the last time?
No, you exited from near the water tower last time, which was in that branch with the gate, but like upstream, downstream from the gate. There we go.
Right, I see. Okay. So I have a feeling that we got turned around last time, and we need to head along up to one of the other connections here, further on to the right. Is there a flow to the water? It all just sort of goes towards the lake, is that right?
It goes toward the swamp, which is
drains out from
more or less due east.
Right.
And it just drains into like the river by the swamp.
Okay.
Which is where all the alligators and moss bears and stuff come from.
Of course. Sweet. Okay. Well, let's try and find this person finally, and see what the hell's going on.
Lead the way, my friend.
We do it. So we do it. We go into the sewer, and I think the way to go is, I just lost the map. Here we go. Yeah, up to past that circle on the right-hand side, going east, roughly speaking, on that sort of southeast bend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do walk up there, and there's a little bit of a turn, and before you get there, you hear voices.
I wave to get everyone to sort of just like not move for a minute, so we can sort of listen out and see what we're in for.
Yeah. Rather than have this long conversation with myself, I'll just summarize it. They're talking about like moving to a different part of the sewer because someone's saying that I've been spotted. Somebody saw me come down here. We have to leave. They're going to come looking for us.
Do I recognize this voice at all?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Nope. We don't recognize any of the voices.
Okay. Right. And they're not like a local Jawbone accent either?
No.
Nope. Okay.
No, in fact, they're all a little bit foreign. Not that they're not speaking another language, but they're all
accents and stuff.
Yeah, they're all probably from somewhere not in the mountains.
Right. Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of visitors and a lot of people passing through.
Yeah.
So you've heard these accents before, but you probably don't know exactly where they're from.
Most of them don't travel through the sewers.
Right, that's true. You've never heard them echo quite like this.
Well,
so where? Sorry, you go on, Scott.
Hey, this place is getting a little too popular. We might want to hang out somewhere else from here on out. All these hipsters are showing up from.
You hung out in the sewer before it was cool.
So we're basically, are we at this little intersection just before the branch that says swamp? Is that right?
That is a good question. Where are you? Okay, I was thinking you went upstream from the market, which would be
upstream. So that would be the north, past the.
There, it's not a detailed map. There's a curve more than an intersection.
Yeah.
But you're toward the end of that little north spur, where it kind of trails off into a few dots.
Yeah.
So like which I think Oric has explained it. Means that there are small pipes coming in, but that's as far as you can go.
Yeah. Sure. Right.
So you're near the end of it.
So
You're
what do you
nowhere near
guys
the
think?
top.
Well, no more
Right,
table
right.
legs here, so let's try another way.
Let's just go back the other direction. I mean, this is not what we. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm like, I could go either way.
Wait,
But,
aren't these the people that we came here to find?
It is. I'm pretty sure it is because they said they've come and seen them. So, but at the same time, like I said, Sadhana's in deep shit.
I just don't know what to do. You found them, so
Shit. I didn't expect there to be multiple people. I think that's the issue here.
How many do we think there are?
you hear 3 voices.
Oh, come on, guys.
I mean, we took down that poltergeist by running away really fast, but still, I mean, these 3 people.
See, if you're thinking like size, well, you know that one of them had a table leg and doesn't have it anymore. The other 2 may still have table legs. You don't know if they might have any other weapons. And the person that you saw like run out of the market was pretty small, like not much, maybe a halfling, if not a really short human.
And don't forget, one of them may have fire magic, so if we see any signs of wizardness, as always, kill the wizard first. But, well, I mean, preferably not kill. I just kind of want to beat them unconscious and then take them back to town. But the point is, I didn't come down into the sewers twice and tromp all this way through this foul-smelling nonsense and ruin 2 perfectly good sets of clothes to not beat the snot out of these dudes once we found them.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Excellent.
He raises a quite good point. I cannot find any flaw in his logic.
Is there any particular approach, or are you just like bursting around and grabbing at people?
You want me to distract them first, and then you guys can.
Yeah, if we get the jump on them somehow, that would be good.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
All right. I will walk to where these people are. And, oh, guys, I've been down here for so long. I'm so glad I found someone. I lost my way. I couldn't find my way out. I'm starting to smell even worse than I already was. Oh.
You see these 3 people. They are filthy, as you would expect. Skinny, like they've been starving for a lot longer than the 2 days they've been down here. And one of them is a halfling. One of them is an old human woman who's like not like on her last breath old, but past her fighting prime for sure. And the other is this very scrawny, shaky-looking, tall human man who bears a little resemblance to Lionel. And they just like stare at you.
Surely you must know the way out. I'm lost. I'm really scared down here, guys.
Steps forward and says, if you came up here, you walked right past it. Go back the way you came, look for daylight, follow that little sloping tunnel up, and you'll come out in the marketplace.
So take the 3rd left at the tree.
What is it? Who the hell are you?
I'm really not good with directions. Are you sure you can't show me?
I'm kidding.
Okay. All right. I've got this exact expression on my face and like my hand pressed to my head, and I kind of step around the corner too, and I'm like, this isn't going to be fun. You're actually giving him directions? What kind of... I came down here for a good fight. What are we doing?
Yeah, Baldwin does the same thing and just sort of steps around the corner and puts his sword away. And it's like, there's enough light to so that we can sort of see this person that resembles Lionel.
One of them there's a candle sort of burning, on the floor. So you can see it's not great light, but you've been in the dark long enough that's, it seems like reasonably good amount of light, and your sword is not glowing. The halfling has a table leg in his hand.
Okay, right.
And he is kind of like backing up. The old woman is still standing where she is, with like arms folded, just looking at you like, what? Who the hell are you people?
I'm wondering the same thing, basically. Do I recognize any of these people aside from? No. Okay.
No. I guess you may have seen. Nah, you don't recognize them.
No. Okay.
Nah.
So Baldwin's going to put in his best. Sorry, you go on for it.
Did you bring a table to go with that leg so we could sit down and have a chat?
The halfling just kind of laughs, like it's and gestures like, just have a seat.
So what brings you? What brings,
dry up here?
What brings the three of you down here?
It is a very long story that you would not believe.
Well, I'm in the sewers, so I'm sure I could believe it. I woke up this morning in the nicest inn in town, clean sheets, silk, had a nice warm bath. And by the end of the day, I was swimming through the sewers. So tell me a story. Have you seen anything weird down here, by the way?
Weird. Define weird.
Weirder than the three of us.
Weirder than you. Weirder.
Well,
a lot of centipedes, some alligators.
I produced the bear. It was a bear. That would explain, and I produced the other table leg with the blood and the fur on it, and I throw it.
Yeah, who the hell keeps a trained bear in their basement?
Okay. So, you guys robbed the inn and you beat the snot out of Greta, and I have a problem with that, but it seems like you're having a day or maybe a year. So
Greta? No, we didn't beat the snot out of anybody.
You have the table legs.
Yeah, we got him from the basement with the bear.
There was a bear in the basement of the inn?
If that was an inn, yeah. Hit it with the table leg and ran.
Huh. Is it possible that Greta is a bear? I'm directing this directly to Baldwin. Like, just, is it possible that she's secretly a bear?
Wow. Secretly a bear. Maybe. I did notice an odd smell on her earlier. She smelled like a wet dog, and I think, yeah, Baldwin's like kind of freaked out by that. Can you direct us to the basement that you're talking about? That might be a really good way of sort of clearing up this whole situation.
Yeah, go to the main branch, down a bit. Turn and go past all the fried centipedes.
Which is the way we came. So it is. There's no illusion. Like it is. They're talking about the Lace Bear Inn.
All right. So
I always thought the name was just a bit of a nice name for an inn. Like Baldwin's just like looking up at the two of you and like, do we have? None of this. Part of this is not making any sense at all. There was a bear. There was a bear underneath the Lazy Bear Inn the whole time. I've never seen anything like that, have I?
That's not just a clever name.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Their mascot is too tired to even get up.
Maybe the whole family is secretly werebears.
Yeah, so when you say that, Baldwin tries to like put stuff together from his memory. Is there any sort of clue or anything in his like familiarity with this family? Because they would have like partially raised him, or at least very least he'd be very familiar with them. Is there anything that stands out in his memory?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Trying to think
Shall
of exactly.
Shall I spout lore?
Yeah, go ahead and spout lore.
That'll be. What's the stat for spout lore?
Intelligence.
Yeah, so that's only an 8.
Okay. All right. When you think, when Korrin says werebear, your mind immediately goes to a poster in the sheriff's office. It's a flyer advertising Perry's Traveling Circus. And there's a picture on it of a man transforming into a bear.
Whoa.
It's a very old poster.
Yeah.
But it's like there are layers and layers of notices on this board.
Right.
It's never covered up, even though it's like 20 years old.
Wow.
And like, if you think back, you remember that it only appeared after the new sheriff became the sheriff, which was only like a year and a half ago.
That is strange. That is extremely strange.
Like, it might have been buried underneath other flyers, but like, it found its way to the surface about a year and a half ago.
Jesus.
You also, I think, would certainly, you would know some of this is true, and you would have heard rumors about other stuff. All those animals that just should not be here.
Yep.
They came from that circus. The last trip it took through this town, somebody released all the animals.
Right.
You've heard rumors that it was, not Greta, Greta would have been like, Greta would not have been born yet. It was Zora and Tark.
Yeah. Yeah. Zora and Tark. So hang on. What was Zora and Tark? What was it? They
are Virgil's kids. Zora is the sheriff now.
Yeah.
Tark is the innkeeper.
Yes.
Wow. They would have been like, Zora would have been like early 20s. Tark would have been a teenager at the time. And it's rumored that it was like a prank that they decided to play.
Oh, I see. They released. Oh, wow. I didn't know that detail. I always thought there was just some sort of weird magical situation going on with the animals and stuff, right? But now this is all making sense. So, So Baldwin is like, he's like putting all these pieces together, and he's a bit stunned. I think he's going to sit down for a minute, or like find somewhere that's not soaking wet.
Yeah. There's enough. Like, this is upstream enough that there's not a lot of water, and the old woman kind of leans down. You okay, son? And she reaches down to like shake your hand. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself. My name is Rosalind. This is Abade. She points to the halfling, and this is Throndel. She points to the man.
Throndel, your sister is looking for you. Your sister named Leonor?
Leonor? Oh, no, yes. They're here? They're in town? Looking for me? Or did you just run into somewhere? Still.
I point back to that. Yeah.
Tell them I'm okay.
What was that?
Tell them I'm okay.
Fine.
No.
I'm not too concerned at this point. Look, Rosalind, I've lived in this town my whole life, and I've never seen your face before. What are you doing down here?
Well, I was working at the factory, same as these two.
Uh-huh.
Got fired, the word they used. But actually, not all of us at the same time. It was one at a time.
And you just
Throndo was the first, and then Abade, and then me. But they took each of us down into a tunnel, and into the sewer, and then into another tunnel, and locked us up in this underground. And it's a big cage. Locked us in the cage. We stayed there for months. When I got there, there were 3 people already, and but one of them died a couple days after I got there. And every once in a while, maybe it was every day, I don't know. We never saw a day. Some men would come in, take one of us out of the cage, and take us to another room, blindfold us. Just one of us at a time again. Handcuff us, make us kneel down, chain us to a wall, and then something would come out and just chomp down on your neck. You could feel the blood draining from you. And then after a while, they'd come back out and take you back to the cage.
Called it, vampire.
Yeah. Okay. This is very bad. Why not try and get help from the townsfolk? You know about the trouble from 3 years ago with...
No, all 3 of us were from somewhere else. We just came for work and stayed in the worker barracks. None of us has any relatives in town.
So, yeah, Baldwin is like, shit. Okay. Crap. Now he will remember Sadhana and the fact that she is probably going to get fired very soon. Look,
Sheriff?
let's just go. Can you tell us the tunnel back to the factory? You don't have to go with us all the way there. We just need to know the direction to go.
Here's the thing. We don't know anybody in this town. We don't know who we can trust. Obviously, someone powerful enough to order the guards around at the factory.
Yeah.
Is in on this whole vampire thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's obvious. I think I have an idea of what the situation is, and I think I'm going to go stop it. So, yeah.
All right.
Here's the thing. The people that the basement that you went into is basically those people are basically family to me. One of them is the sheriff of the town, and I know for a fact that she will be happy to help you if you go to her and confirm everything you've just said to me. If you're going to the factory, if Victor Mollahan has been involved in or authorized or anything, the abduction of employees, no, that won't stand. So, Lucien, maybe if you want to, well, I don't know. Look, if you go up there and talk to, I don't know, Tak or Greta, and just say, hey, and but it's risky because you will get spotted. I'm just trying to think what Baldwin would really do here. Baldwin's isn't really like, all Baldwin really wants to do right now is go in and get to the factory and sort of take care of the situation. He's just trying to stop the problem. But yeah.
Why don't we take them? Why don't we introduce them to the sheriff, fill the sheriff in on what's going on, so that we can guarantee their safety until such time as they make that connection. Also, we could get them a meal because it doesn't look like they've had a good one in quite some time. And then, I've gotten in a little bit of trouble for going off on my own in town before, so I'd rather the sheriff knew what was going on. And also the sheriff may be a werebear, so table that for later. That's more of a you problem than a me problem.
Yeah, Baldwin's just like...
But vampires in cages, that's something I'm happy to help with. You guys, speaking of tables, you guys are going to want to put those table legs down, and then we're just going to... Yeah, we're going to be very delicate when we explain that there was a misunderstanding in the basement, and we're not going to advertise the fact that you were there, because this thing with Greta, it
got blown way out of proportion. Greta sort of admitted that it wasn't like any big deal, and she was just sort of trying to cover up the fact that she got knocked out. But
I think what we're going to do is we're going to tell, when we tell that story, what we should say is that you got assaulted by a bear and you never saw Greta. Both of these things are true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Greta must have also been assaulted by the bear, because what else would make any kind of sense?
You gotta think your man right here.
Yeah, I must have hit my head a few times. I don't know what's going on.
We're not going out that way. But come on, and she just leads you back to the Lazy Bear cellar.
Mm-hmm.
And you come up the same way they did that time, and it's same as you left it.
Cool. Yeah, we go up.
Yeah. How do we do
this?
I feel like the easiest way to do this is to grab Virgil, because he's the one who blew it all out of proportion. So as soon as we fill him in on what's going on, then he'll want to take over.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Let's
Yeah, he comes down and looks at you and looks at these three starving, sickly-looking people, and it's like, who are these people? What are they doing here?
So listen, Virgil, you know how I've been back and forth on that whole vampire thing?
Back and forth on...
Maybe not. Okay, listen, we're pretty sure there's another vampire. And we're pretty sure that the people at the factory are working with it, because these poor schmoes were in their employ. No offense, folks. Were in their employ, and they were hauled off and lived in a cage and were fed on by something vampire-esque. So it's kind of a whole mess. These are also the three people who accidentally broke in here. I am pretty certain they aren't the ones who hurt Greta, though. They got hit by a bear, and I mean, look at them. You and I both know Greta could take all three of them in a fight. I mean, you've treated her pretty well. I'm not really. So we really need to talk to the sheriff, because I think everything is pretty much insane right now. And I really need a beer.
Yeah, same.
Wouldn't we know if there was another vampire? Remember 3 years ago when we knew. We found bodies every night. Sometimes a couple bodies toward the end there.
Could be this one has learned to feed itself over time, so as not to attract attention to itself.
I mean, think about it. People come into the factory. They don't really stop in town first. They disappear. We'd never know. You'd never know.
Yeah, that's been going on under all our noses. No, we gotta stop that.
Yeah, we do, man. Come on. Get Tark or Greta to go grab the sheriff. Come on. I'll
Yeah, gonna go grab the sheriff, and then we're all going to go to the factory.
Well,
I've got torches. Do we have pitchforks?
sure. Maybe the best option here is to go on like a hidden approach through the sewers, because if these people escaped from the cages and got out to the sewers, there'd be a connection there, something that we can exploit, perhaps. What I'm concerned about is their safety, because we all know that Mollahan has his pockets in everything, and there's no way that Mollahan doesn't know about this. So
These folks here.
Yeah, they're hungry. They need
you
to
who
take care of-
Corbin was looking for?
well, maybe.
He wasn't looking for the people who attacked Greta at all. He thought they were the same people.
I'm going to lean over to Lucien real quick and be like, hey, he's the sketchy guy who works for the factory who showed up here. Don't worry about it. He's an asshole.
And Virgil's looking at it like, yeah, the Mollahans. No, the boy was all right. The boy was all right. He was a bad fighter, but, he was a good kid. Worked real hard. He, and Baldwin, actually, that's a thing I didn't, you would remember Toby Mollahan because he was Virgil's last student. And you would remember him as the kid who would come up to you sometimes with a wooden sword and challenge you to a duel, Virgil style.
Oh, wow. Okay, sure. So that's probably why my Baldwin never went to the grave. Cool. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow. How old would he have been when he died? Like 8?
12, I think.
12-ish? Jam. That's rough. Yeah.
But yeah, like that's and Virgil like remembers him fondly and gave up like teaching kids to fight after him, even though he was a spectacularly bad fighter. But he was very determined to get better. He would like carry his wooden sword everywhere and challenge people to duels to get better. And he did that to you many times because you were about his size.
Yeah. Wow.
But Virgil's like, Victor Mollahan and that Corbin. Any enemy at Corbin's is a friend of mine. Come on, I'll get you some food, and I think we got a room upstairs you can hide out in until the. I assume you're looking to get out of town. And he takes them off and like is gonna find them a meal and a bath, and he like has suddenly become the innkeeper host again.
Wow. Okay. Well, that problem seems to be taken care of.
Speaking of people in sewers, Sadhana, what's up?
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure where I'm heading. I was heading upstairs.
Guys, and you're wandering around the sewer. You don't have a map, unfortunately.
I do not. So I'm just heading to where there is less water, I think.
Okay. I mean, you eventually you're just going to come to a spot like where the tunnel gets small enough and just kind of turns into some small pipes, and you can't go any further. Unfortunately, you haven't passed any like way out.
All right.
You just hit a dead end, basically.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just like sort of look at that and just sort of like look around and be like, nah. Something tells me I don't have the ability to just magically find my way. So I guess I will just like, put my right hand against one of the walls of the sewers and just like follow the right wall.
Can you cast light?
That would help. Yeah. I guess I should cast light.
I was asking actually, can you? Did you lose? No, you didn't lose the ability to cast light. You did, and then you regained it.
Yeah, spells are just harder. So I guess I'll just like cast light on, I don't know, my staff. I've got a wizard staff. And get a 13.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, you reach a dead end, and it's pretty clear you have to just double back. And like, yeah, that means going into deeper water, but eventually you're kind of like slogging through this deeper and deeper water, and you are, I assume, like scanning the walls. You've seen like what it looks like when there's handholds going up.
I think I'll be
you find that.
trying to get back to like, if I can, I try to get back to the end, to the Lazy Bear.
Okay. I don't think you like find the way to the Lazy Bear, but you can find like an open grate and climb up, and like you can be out of the sewer at least.
Sure. So as I sort of find the open grate, I let the light spell go, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
Let's see how that goes. All right, that's a 9. I guess I will choose to forget invisibility.
Okay.
For now.
Cool.
But I do have that now.
All right.
And then I walk out of the sewers.
Okay. And you are just like headed invisible back toward the inn, right?
Sure.
If the rest of you are above ground, you can run into her, or I'm not sure what your plan was.
Did we want to take a break here?
Oh, that's a good point. It's 10. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Currently, none of you are in a sewer.
What a revolting turn of events.
I know. It's weird. You're above ground. Actually, you might still be in the cellar. I don't know. But you're not in a sewer, so that's good.
Yeah.
And Sadhana is walking and getting rinsed off nicely by the rain. So that's good. Yeah, what did you all have in mind to do next, or did you have a thing in mind to do next? You know there's a vampire. You know it's in something that's connected to the sewer.
Get directions, storm the fortress, kill the bad guys.
Okay.
That's it. Kill the bad guys. Yeah.
We know where 2 coffins are, right?
You do know where 2 coffins are. They haven't been used in a long time, or they don't look to have been used in a long time.
Right.
We have one confirmed 3 years ago, but whatever the second one is, wasn't found. And so the tunnel of events is, I'm assuming that Monahan's team actually took that vampire or offered up Erwin offered up Erwin as bait to capture that vampire, one of the vampires, and got him turned and kept Erwin, and it's something like that. And they're also keeping either that or Erwin is actually like the bear, and he's like kept chained underneath the sewer as well, and it's a whole mess.
I mean, you saw Erwin's body.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
With a stake through its heart that Zora put there.
Oh.
Right before he was
that's
there.
right. Yes.
So you know he's dead.
I've forgotten that detail. Okay. That explains everything. Cool. So they've got a captive vampire who is I don't know why they've got a captive vampire unless like what's his face is like planning to try and become immortal. Or unless it's actually Monahan himself, which is like another thing. It's crazy.
My knowledge of the undead, would there be any stories of people using harvested bits of vampires to attain immortality?
There are. Go ahead.
I just meant that like he'd be willing to be turned himself in order to live forever.
Right.
There are probably some legends somewhere, but it's one of those things that's like, look how primitive these people are. They believe this. They may or may not actually believe this. It's like a legend that they have a legend. Probably maybe Korrin's people. They say that Korrin's people believe this. Korrin, do your people actually believe that?
I mean, we're not a monolith. It's not like, yeah, I think there's probably a legend or two about that, but I don't necessarily think we take it terribly seriously.
Yeah, like somebody you traded with heard this and like thought that you all, took it as gospel when really it's like a story.
We probably tell it as a cautionary tale of the dangers of civilization.
Right. Yeah.
Which means I've heard it a few too many times in my life.
Yeah. There's these people in like the city that they catch vampires and they eat their nobody like really believes it, but it's kind of one of those like illustrations of how weird people in the cities are.
That's why you don't go live in the cities.
Yeah. Cool. So that is your answer, that like, as far as you know, nobody seriously believes it, but like there is a very small number of people, or small group. I think your group. Actually, I don't know.
There's a bunch of us, but we're spread out. So
okay, yeah, but it's not a common belief.
Anyhow, I think we're getting a little bit sidetracked here with the talk of the vampires. So we have a confirmed point of entry with the sewers. We can go from the sewers to the factory, or so it seems. There will be some resistance there, and there will be at least one kind of enemy, at least like something chained up, like a beast or animal, like a bear, or what's the other thing? Or the vampire, obviously, and some guards. Or we could try and do it like a parlay sort of situation, and try and get the town together and sort of like, hey, open up the factory doors and knock stuff down. But that would be a lot more talking, and I don't know if we'd. To be honest, I don't think we have the time. So
it's worth bringing up that our dear friends, our dear factory owner, has an artifact capable of producing quite a bit of power. So if he has any magical talents, or if he has any mages in his retinue, it would be very dangerous.
Yeah. Okay. Yep, he does. Right. I think that's our best shot, at the very least. Even if all we do is go in there and take out the vampire, that would be enough. That would be a reasonable resolution to this whole mess. So I don't know why he's keeping it down there, or what the deal is. So I think all we need to do, what we really need to do, is just go and find out more.
Perhaps he's extracting magical power from the vampire. The power he used to run his fucking factory needs to come from somewhere.
Yeah, but hasn't he been doing that for some time? Yeah, okay.
Sure.
3 years. A little over 3 years, like right around the time the vampire thing started.
Okay.
All right.
Everything's been 3 years.
All 3 years. Yeah.
Threes. Everything comes in threes.
Yeah.
Let's do the thing. Let's go.
Let's go through the
All
sewers
right.
there.
Cool. I assume that you ask one of the other people to like, or to give you directions, or you have a map. They could just probably just kind of mark the general area.
I know the way back now, right?
You know how to get to the one. From the factory. What they described is like they were taken through a tunnel from the factory, then into the sewer, down the sewer a ways, and then up another tunnel similar to the one from the factory.
All right. Let's go down that one.
Yeah, and they like kind of circle a general area. They didn't have a map. They kind of like it was downstream from here and it was upstream from the factory branch, and but you kind of know what to look for because what they describe looks, it's very much like the tunnel to the factory looked from in the sewer. Like the door is hidden, but there are handholds going up to what looks like just empty wall, but it's less like slimy and moldy than the rest. Looks a little cleaner, so to look for a clean patch. And seeing as how it's after 10, it's not gonna, you're not gonna have to roll, I think, to find it. You just find it. You like slog down through the sewer and see a few alligators, stay out of their way, and eventually, you see this, like they described, niches in the wall going up to nothing, and you can go up there and like kind of put a knife in the little crack and pry the door open, and there's a tunnel.
Who's going first?
Baldwin will jump in front with shield and sword out, ready for trouble.
All right.
Shortest in front.
I should probably take the rear again, just to, in case anything sneaks up behind us. They'll have a hard time with me.
Then I will be third.
Lucian's in the middle somewhere?
Yep.
Cool.
Makes sense, yeah. You can all see over each other, so that's good. Yeah, you like make your way up through this tunnel. It's Sadhana. It is very much like the one from the factory, same size and everything. Pretty clearly made by the same people. And you come to a door. This one is visible, like you can see that it's a door right away at the end.
Well, I guess we'll probably go through it.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door. Roll, I guess, defy danger dexterity. Let's see how much noise you make in the process of this.
Is this everybody, or?
Yeah. Whoever goes first. Whoever opens the door.
Baldwin, then.
So if that's the case, then would I not try to use Ben Barr's lift gates?
You
just destroy the door?
You could do that, sure.
Sure. That's a 9. Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Choose 2.
So for Ben Barr's, I will say it doesn't make an inordinate amount of noise.
Fair.
And it doesn't take a very long time.
Yeah, then you can get in and you find yourself like there's a little short corridor. There's a door to your left. There's a door in front of you. And there's a door to your right. Yeah, you don't. You hear some movement behind the door to your right, and Baldwin, you know the sound of armor clinking. You're making that sound right now. There's definitely the sound of like someone putting on armor. You're muted.
Hi. So I'm going to knock that door open and try and get the drop on whoever's in there.
Cool. Yeah, there is a guy standing there, like with the like breastplate, kind of. He's got it like strapped together instead of like putting it on and then strapping it, and he's like kind of sliding it on like a shirt. There you go. You have a chance. Hack and slash.
So I'm going to try and roll forward or spin forward and knock him out.
Okay.
Knock his legs out from under him.
Sure.
What have we got here?
Your sword's glowing, by the way.
It's glowing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay. So that's 12. So I'll roll the damage. And I might actually open myself up to further repercussions if...
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that anyway.
Okay.
But I'm sure that... so that's 11 damage total.
Yeah, you kill him. I mean, you're like... unless, I guess... I don't...
I wasn't really trying.
You can choose not to. Like, you can... Yeah. You definitely, like... He is no longer a threat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, so I spin around and sort of knock his legs out from under him, and he just sort of hits his head on the ground and is probably knocked unconscious. But I'm not going to like kill him or anything.
Okay.
Not
yeah. No problem. This room is. He was the only person in this room. You can see that like there's a couple of beds near the end. There's like a table. This is like a small living space for like a small number of people. There's another door. Outside that door, you can hear like definitely there are people moving around in armor.
Right. Is this like a guard post that we've walked into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. You would like. Yeah, I think. Like he's wearing the same kind of armor that the guards at the factory do.
Right, sure. All right, I'm going to call the others in here and just sort of say, block this door. There's more people on there. We don't need to fight them. Let's just go on through and take care of the problem we came here to deal with. And so I want to try and find, is there like furniture, like a chair or something that I can block?
Yeah. There's like a table and there's a couple of chairs by it, so you can totally do that.
Yeah, so I'm going to do it as quickly as possible and just sort of, wedge the chair under that door.
Okay. Yep. What do the other two do? Or the three do? Sorry.
I guess we'll go to one of... I'll like try and grab our dear barbarian friend and go to a different door, I suppose.
Okay.
Positioning myself well behind him.
So wait, you were not going through the door with all the people?
I think that was the implication, right? Baldwin's barricading
I mean, we could, but like Baldwin's gone to all the trouble of not of barricading it, so.
Okay, I'm worried that we're not going to have any fun. But all right, it's fine.
Don't worry, my friend. Don't worry, my friend. We'll have plenty of time to kill them all later.
Oh, okay, all right.
There can be no witnesses after all. And I sort of like pat him on the shoulder and just gesture like from like behind him, sort of like sticking out behind him. I gesture to the door to the right that we haven't gone through.
All right. I'll open that door and see what's on the other side of it.
Okay. Are you all trying to be quiet, or is this just like... No. There's a cage on the other side of the door, but it's empty. The door's open, like the gate of the cage is open. Nobody there.
Other exits from the room?
No.
Okay.
No, it's just like it's a cell basically that you've opened the door to.
Back out. Go to the center path then. How about?
Yep. Center path. Yeah, you open it and you. What do you do exactly?
I just calmly open it and see what's on the other side. There's no fanfare.
There's a whole bunch of people on the other side.
Hello, friends.
By a whole bunch, there's not a whole bunch. There are 5 people on the other side.
What state are they in? What are they doing?
Well, let's see. There is Corbin's there. You recognize him right away. Baldwin, you recognize Victor Mollahan. You also recognize Toby Mollahan, who is not a ghost. And 2 guards. Victor Mollahan is holding that that obsidian figure that that you found under the temple, and the two guards are standing on either side of Toby, whose hands are cuffed behind his back.
Fantastic.
Strangely, he hasn't aged in 3 years.
Yeah, not surprised at all. Interesting.
Well,
You're standing in the doorway,
I mean,
and
Do
the guards both look at
do we
you.
come in time for the cake and ice cream? I tried to bring friends to liven up the party. You said the party wasn't going so great.
And
Is this the wrong time, Victor? Did you want me? Did you want me to bring the party troop another time? Now, guys! Now! Attack them!
one
Got
of the
it.
guards lets go of Toby, turns and pulls a gun. Which of you is in the front?
That young man, he's looking so good after 3 years.
I am definitely in the front. I'm also going to taunt them with "What are you waiting for?"
Go for it.
So this is a question I've been meaning to ask. Since my Herculean appetites are for fame and glory, when I'm taunting a man with a gun, do I get to go ahead and roll that D8?
If you succeed in killing a vampire that nobody knew, or at least finding out there is one and escaping with your life that nobody was new in this town, that is paranoid of vampires, that sure comes with a whole lot of fame and glory.
Magnificent.
Not to mention, we sold the idiot
You did.
a statue, made money off of him, and now we're here to kill him.
Oh, are you kidding me with this roll, though?
You are a brilliant barbarian. You are such fame.
Okay, well, I am not. I'm like, come on then.
the worst
Pause,
possible
and I'll just kind of go, okay, because I rolled a 3.
Oh man.
And the D6 is higher than the D8.
Yep. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
Baldwin, roll a D8. You're muted.
It was an 8.
8. Ouch. Well, this isn't gonna ignore armor. It's it's a bullet. It's slowed down by metal. But yeah, this guy just kind of looks at Korrin and is like, whatever, and aims the gun a little lower and a little to the side and shoots Baldwin.
Tries to. My shield is really
Sorry,
big,
buddy, I
so
tried.
really easy for me to just lift it up slightly and do that. But yeah, it probably breaks the shield to some degree.
It slows it down, but it punches through your shield, and that's only 5. You're okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm actually really angry now, so I'm gonna go and try and kill him. So
Okay.
yeah, usual
these
tactics.
I'll pull out my mandolin and I'll start playing a song, and I will sing on his way to victory.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to do my arcane art and roll for you first. See if I can help you.
You're actually getting to do a bard thing. Finally.
There we go. 6, 7, 8. I rolled an 8. All right. And I will draw attention to myself. But I'm giving him a plus 1d forward to damage. 1d4 to damage.
I mean, yeah, you pull out a mandolin in the middle of the fight and start playing. Yes, you absolutely draw attention.
I guess they're not fans of ABBA.
Yeah, in fact, the other guard lets go of the kid and fires the gun at you.
All right.
I mean, you see it coming, so you see him doing this, So you can try defy danger dex, I guess.
Yep.
To get out of the way in a hurry.
Dex is... Okay, Dex is 1. All right. Five.
Yeah. The bullet hits you, and the kid comes like flying at you with just unbelievable speed and slams into you and knocks you down.
Oof. Oof. But you got this, Baldwin.
I sure as hell do. As that's happening, I will. Who was the person who shot me? Was it Corbin?
It was one of the guards.
One of the guards? Oh well, he's going to get a nice
He's like
halfling.
reloading. These are old school, flintlock pistols. So
I'm going to try and stab him in the groin.
okay, hack and slash.
God, well, I'm glad that's a +2 because that gets an 8 total. So yes, I will take the 1d4. Do we have a d4 on the table? We do. Pro. That's terrible. 4.
Our dice are on fire.
Yeah. Right when we need them to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what happens is like as you're coming up to like stab this guard, Corvin just reaches around with a sword that he like has actually you know what, it's Mullahan's sword. He just like took it from Mullahan, who had it at his side, and just like pulls it out and comes around and just catches you with it. What is your sword?
A sword.
I guess actually it doesn't matter. This is Dungeon World. Everybody does the same damage no matter what their weapon is. So do a d6.
A d6.
Or wait, no. Wait, sorry, that's Mullahan. Corvin, do a d10.
Oh, that's a 7.
No, yeah, okay. 7. Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that sword comes in like. Sorry.
It's not piercing.
It's no. I mean, it's just a standard sword. There's nothing particularly. Sword. It's like a nice looking sword. Yeah. So it doesn't ignore armor. It doesn't pierce. So it does. Yeah. But that hurt.
Yeah.
Sadhana, what you're seeing this melee break out. There is a very fast kid who has Lucien pinned down. The guy has just like hit Baldwin with a sword while Baldwin's trying to stab another guy. There's a guy standing in the middle with like this idol in his hands, and he hasn't moved.
Yeah, the guy with the idol in his hands. So wait, is the guy with the idol in his hands one of like, is he Corvin or Mullahan, or is that a different person?
That's Mullahan.
All right, Mullahan is the thing in it. All right. So I just sort of like look over at him and cock my head, and then I'll pull out 2 rubies and I'll cast Magic Missile at. I'm gonna choose Mullahan as the main target.
Okay.
Right. So that's an 11. And because of the 11, I'm going to go ahead and use the ability I just got, Empowered Magic. So I'm going to choose one from the 7 to 9 list, and then I'm going to... should I maximize the effects, or should I double them? I think I'll maximize them. I don't want to roll. And I think I will choose... You draw unwelcome attention or put yourself on a spot.
Okay.
To fling 8 damage at Mullahan.
Yeah. You fling 8 damage at Mullahan. And like he drops the idol. It's the first thing that happens. He steps back and he kind of like stumbles and like falls back. He's not like completely, he's like sitting down on the floor. The idol cracks. And little shards of obsidian just fly everywhere like it's a hand grenade. Everybody defy danger decks. Or magic, or however you plan on not getting hit with little arrowheads.
Yeah, I don't have a shield, so I'll just...
That's an 11.
You get your shield up in time.
I rolled a 6.
You don't.
I got an 11.
So do I.
Okay. So Sadhana and Korrin, you each take I think it would be a D8 of little, basically obsidian shrapnel.
Take 3.
Which of you killed a guard? Is it nobody's killed a guard?
I
Nobody's
haven't
killed
actually. I haven't gone yet.
Guarantee you, not me.
I could kill a guard if you'd like.
I'm asking if has anyone killed anyone? I don't think anyone's killed anyone. Okay, cool, good.
Just died.
No, Malahan did not die. He's not doing great, but he's alive. Okay, cool. Korrin?
Yeah.
Lucian's being pinned down by a kid who's like about not much bigger than Baldwin.
That's probably not ideal. I guess I'll go for the kid.
All right.
If I could hit, that would be great. Come on. No. 6. Well, actually, 7, 8. So yeah, I guess that is a hit.
According to the thing, it was the last roll was 12.
Oh, I also rolled my damage.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you can.
Cool. Then that was for 7 damage plus my sword is forceful, so presumably he gets knocked maybe off of Lucien, ideally.
Yeah, I think that's where you just like take and swing it's downward, almost like a golf club or something, and just knock him aside off of Lucien. Lucien, you like there were fangs biting into you that just like tear out and leave this kind of bloody, gross wound, but you're okay. It looks worse than it is. And the kid kind of flies sideways, flops a little bit, and then slowly gets up to his feet. We're not really doing turns here, but Baldwin, what's up? Oh, sorry, Lucien, what's up? Yeah,
let Baldwin go. Then I'll ask my question.
Okay.
Cool. So Corvin's attacking me as well as this other guard.
Yep.
I'm going to try and kill this guard and then face off against Corvin.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's 11.
Yep.
I'll actually, no, I'll just do standard damage roll. See how this goes.
If you want to do the extra,
damage, yeah.
then you can use that on Corvin.
All right, well, we'll do that.
Right there.
So I rolled a 2 for initial damage on one die, and I'll do this again. So that's a 6 on the d6. So a total of 8 damage. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you like stab the guard. It doesn't kill him, but he backs away. He doesn't doesn't want to be stabbed again, right? And then like you can just turn and stab into Corbin, who is right there. What was the damage you did to him?
6.
6. Again, it doesn't kill him, but it does make him back off. He's bleeding heavily, like clutching the wound in his side, and like this is the weakest isn't quite the word, but like you've never seen Corvin hurt. This is weird. Lucien?
So as the kid gets off of me, I'm going to try to scramble to my feet and pull out my my trusty little bow, and I think I'm going to try to. How far away is he from me? The kid.
The kid, not far, like 6 feet maybe. I mean, you're all in one room now.
Yeah. All right. I'll shoot Victor. Victor's still alive, right?
Yep.
And the guards
He's like
are still
into his feet. So
one of the guards is still up.
Both of them are. Nobody's dead.
So good at fighting. I'll go for.
I mean, none of you are dead either.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna go for Corvin.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Ooh. Okay. The arrow flies wide. It just like hits the wall, bounces off. While you're doing this, the kid has gotten to his feet and just streaks past you for the tunnel. And is in the tunnel and running toward the sewer. Hey Sadhana, what's up?
I mean, I think I'm gonna hit Milan again.
Cool.
And this time I just like take a ruby and I just like throw it at the ground, and then it just like bounces off the ground and shoots up like a bullet.
Cool.
Maybe. We'll see if it actually succeeds. That is an 8.
It succeeds.
I guess I will choose the same option I chose last time. Draw welcome attention to put yourself in a spot. And
I mean, you can't put yourself in much more of a spot than you're in right now.
I will deal 3 damage to him.
Cool. Yeah, you hit him with this, and it just like it hits him right in the face, like right between the eyes, I think, and like it should bounce off, but it doesn't. It just like goes straight in, and he falls down and stops moving, and you finally killed someone. Corvin, what's that? Or not Corvin. Corvin is not. Corvin is there, but he is not attacking, or he is attacking Baldwin. I have completely lost who is where.
Korrin.
Korrin, what's up with you?
I'm going after the kid. I'm not going to let him get away.
Good.
So can I chase and attack? What are we doing here?
Yeah. What would you do for a chase? I mean, I think that's defy danger. The danger being that you like won't catch him, and there will be a vampire loose in the sewer.
Okay.
Strength.
Strength? Hell yeah. There's a vampire loose in the sewer, guys.
Oh,
all of those 10 pluses last time, huh?
yeah, we got it all out of the way then, and this is happening now.
Yeah, there's a vampire loose in the sewer. Yay.
Shit.
That's awesome. Baldwin, yeah, now Corvin is like facing up against you. He has a sword, you have a sword. Hack and slash.
That's it. That's the name of this game. Now I fail. Yep. Even. Yeah. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, I think it's just that he stabs you and you don't stab him. So, roll a d10.
That's a 6, so I'll take another 3 damage. I'm looking rough, guys.
You're whittling away at your... Yeah.
Barty little heel here.
Lucien, Baldwin's bleeding a lot. Korrin just took off down the tunnel after the vampire kid. Sadhana just killed Mollahan, so there was one success. What do you do?
Going to head on over to Baldwin and sing him a lullaby and hopefully heal some of his damage. But in reality, we know I'll roll a 4 or a 5. Hey, I got a 10. Yay.
Okay. How does that work? What do you?
So he gets to heal 1d8 damage.
And
actually, the ally gets to pick the effect, so he gets to pick what he wants. But you know.
Okay. You like walked over to him to do this, or toward him?
Yeah.
Okay. You're doubled. Baldwin.
I'm what now?
Double the healing roll.
I see. That's 4 total. Yeah, cool. Nice. Thank you. Wonderful. I'll take it.
Yeah, better than the 2 it would have been. Lucien, you're standing like right on this like place where this obsidian idol exploded. So your magic is getting a little bit amplified, which is also why that magic missile killed Mollahan. So that's a thing. Like you notice that things just seem like your magic, both of you, your magic seems a little more powerful than it should. Speaking of which, Sadhana, what's up?
Do I notice this?
I think like you noticed that gem should not have buried itself in Mollahan's head.
Sure. All right. So sort of like look down at the spot of the floor, and then I'll like reposition myself, and then turn toward Corvin and
cool.
Shoot off another magic missile. That is a 12.
Awesome.
And I will go ahead and take one of the penalties. I think I will. God, if I forget, I'm gonna forget magic missile. I think.
Okay.
And I'm going to use it to maximize the effect.
Okay. I mean, you also get to double this.
All right. So I deal 60 damage.
Yeah, you kill him. You like. This one doesn't just bury itself in him. It goes through him and like hits the far wall. And Corvin like drops and Baldwin was swinging the sword at the same time and he like drops onto the sword and he is dead. He is extremely dead.
Yeah, and I just sort of
there are 2 guards. They're going up the stairs. They saw this happen. They went no part of it.
Good.
Wise guard runs away to get paid another day.
Yep.
Exactly.
However,
running back into the room. He got away.
That's a problem.
Well,
yeah, right. So there's a vampire loose in the sewers now, which is great. It's fantastic. Are we going to do something about that?
Perhaps I could cast some sort of ritual to track it.
Yeah. Did we have anything of? Did you need something to track it with, like the?
I think you can easily find something.
Yeah.
It's been kept down here. There's another door. You notice it's ajar, and there's like another cage in it, and there's like a stack of books in there.
Oh, right. Yep.
That would have belonged to him.
Sure. Yeah. So I just like walk over, pick up one of the books, sort of flip through it, and I say, "Perhaps this will work." And then I'll like run over because fuck. I mean, I'm gonna like. Can I like run into the factory, or is that gonna cause problems?
Run into the factory? I mean,
I want to go grab that thing. That super powered magical object. I mean, fucking right, of course.
I mean, the fact you're not in the factory.
Where are we then?
You were you went through the other tunnel.
Yeah.
All right.
You know the way to the factory, though.
All right. So I guess we'll just do the ritual here then, if that's possible.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, you can do it standing on that spot.
Yeah, I just sort of like stand on the spot, and I think I probably just like rip out pages of the book and sort of like throw them in the air, and they sort of start spinning around me. And then at some point, just like the pages just like start burning up essentially, and then every once in a while, a letter will fall down onto the ground. And sort of like the arrayed letters that fall onto the ground give instructions.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, you have directions. They're only good for right now, so you gotta hurry before he... Yeah. I mean, he's a vampire.
All right. Let's get to it. Let us pursue the vampire.
Let's go.
Yeah, which way would he go? He heads for the swamp. That's the closest way out. So he's going downstream, very fast, but like you can track him. You see, like after a while, you don't even really need the directions because there's really only one way, and he's clearly just going out toward the swamp. And you chase after him, and at some point, Baldwin, you're like neck deep in this water and being just pushed along. Everyone else is like, waist to chest deep in this water being pushed along. It's moving real fast right now. But at least you're not fighting the current, so that's good. And it's like the water actually like speeds you up. So you, just as you see the entrance or exit really, to this big tunnel you're in, you also see the silhouette of Toby Mollahan in that entrance running toward it, and you catch up with him.
Did anyone bring any stakes?
That's a good question.
It's been established that I have torches in my adventuring gear, so that's close enough, right?
Cool.
I've got some more arrows. Those are close.
Yeah. So does anybody keep the... I mean, you knew you were going after a vampire.
We probably kept the table legs with us.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
I'll make my prepared.
Virgil had a whole bunch of wooden swords.
Oh.
Okay. Like, it's fine.
So we catch up to this vampire child, and we just cut to silhouette, and we just beat him down with wooden swords, and then impale him several times.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think that. I think that's Korrin's role. But anyone who wants to help can help, and say how you're helping.
That's so grotesque.
Vampires are still like not into light, right?
He is not into light.
All right, so I'll just cast like a giant, like bright illuminated spot, essentially.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's raining out and it's near dusk, so like, but he has slowed down as he's going toward it, and like between this light behind him and that light in front of him, he heads for the one in front of him.
Sure.
So you're just you're kind of chasing him out of the tunnel faster. But it does distract him long enough. So go ahead and roll crap. Int, because that, yeah.
All right, that is a 9.
Okay.
For helping, so it's just a +1, right?
Yep.
I don't think Baldwin can really. Baldwin can't really bring himself to like fight this kid, even though he knows it's not the same thing. He can't really deal with it, so I don't think he's going to.
Right, but I mean, you you recognize him. He's
Yeah.
he's the kid who you used to fight with because he demanded that you fight with him. Yeah. Lucien, or wait, yeah, Lucien.
I'm going to help. I'm going to try to grab and use one of these wooden swords or whatever that we sharpen to a fine point to thrust it either through his back or his chest, whichever's facing me.
Go ahead and roll plus strength.
He's rolling. Sorry.
I rolled up a 9. Sorry, I didn't realize I muted myself.
Okay, Korrin, you got a +2 to do this. He is going to escape if you don't.
All right, I rolled a 5 plus 2 to assist, plus 2 from my stat, so that's a total of 9. So 9. Okay, so I get it.
Okay, yeah, you hit him. You've caught him. You can stab him. He does get in a good bite. So go ahead and roll a d10.
Okay, d10.
For damage to you.
I take 4 damage, 3 damage.
Yeah, in fact, I think what happens is that, like, you grab him, he bites you, and, like, the fact that he's biting you gives you a chance to stab him with this wooden sword.
All right.
And you do. And he falls back and just kind of disintegrates before he even hits the water. Like, he doesn't disintegrate completely into pieces, but he, like, I guess mummifies would be the better word. Like, he just, like, shrinks down, and yeah, like, this is a long dead corpse.
Well, wasn't the way I thought I'd spend my night, but turned out well for us.
I need a beer.
What do y'all do now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need some new clothes after that thing bit me, and I'll be fine. It was just a flesh wound.
Yeah, you'll be okay. It would, he would have to, like, drain you of your blood to actually turn you into a vampire. So it's just a bite.
I do have a very important question.
Yeah.
We sold that device to Victor. We attacked Victor, which caused him to drop it. It exploded, and we took damage.
Yep.
Were we literally hoisted on our own petard?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it's 11. So we can just epilogue this. You're not gonna have to roll for anything. But yeah, what do y'all do?
Baldwin will take up the whatever remains of the body of this little kid and just sort of almost in a stupor, just sort of walk either up into go back the way they came out into the sewers or up into the swamp and just sort of think, fuck, and think. And I think he'll head straight to the cemetery and actually put the body to rest, so to speak.
Yeah, do you, like, try to bury him in, like, the grave with his name on it?
Yeah, I'll go there and I'll start
there's
digging
already a body there.
There's already a body there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. I put this one on top.
All right.
No. I'll pull that one out. I'm going to guess that is there anything that makes this recognizable?
I mean, no, it's it's a skeleton, but it's about the right size. About the same size as Toby.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I think with that, Baldwin is just sort of a bit confused and puts both of them back in.
Okay.
And buries it up again. This probably takes him like all day, like the whole.
I mean, it's like it's getting close to dark when you get there, so it's night.
It keeps going until it's done. So.
And oh shit! Wait, it's after you put both bodies in and you like cover it up. That's when the ghost comes up. And you like are standing right there, like staring this ghost in the face. And it's not Toby. As you might have guessed for the fact that Toby is a vampire, and you can't really be a vampire and a ghost at the same time, but it's a kid who looks kind of like him, maybe a little older, but it's not him.
Damn.
That explains why the ghost was mad about the headstone.
Yeah. Yeah. Another detail I happened to miss. So yeah, no, Baldwin's going to undo his work and dig up that other body and leave Toby in the actual correct grave, and dig a new one for this other kid.
Yeah,
that's 6 truckloads of soil.
The ghost he's not screaming and yelling and crying. He's just like, he's pacing around the perimeter of the cemetery, and then like as you shovel in that last bit of dirt, he disappears.
If you let me take liberties, I think we sort of like we see basically like a section sort of outside of town, right? We can sort of see like the snow melting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we see Sadhana like pop out of invisibility, sort of like looks back to the town, and then sort of like looks back down at her pack, and she pulls out that metal statue.
Nice.
And she's like strokes it a little bit, puts it back in, casts invisibility again.
A couple days later, we see Korrin riding out of town, wagon full of supplies, gold jingling in his purse. And we get like a flashback within that moment to just him clapping a dirty and exhausted Baldwin on the shoulder and being like, well, I'll probably be back next year. Let me know how that werebear thing goes.
And as you're riding out of town, you come across Lucien, who was run out of town 2 days ago. For triple dealings, and good travels, friend. We'll catch up next time.
See you next year.
And you see a probably very drunk Baldwin just waving. Baldwin's just been getting very drunk lately. And,
yeah. Do you investigate the werebear thing at all, or you just don't want to know?
No one getting hurt. No, nothing goes wrong.
Yeah,
that's the whole problem.
Do any of you like smuggle these people out of town, or?
Well, they were going to go to law enforcement, right? They were going to go to what?
Oh, okay. If you take them to the sheriff,
right?
Yeah.
We told them
she hears their story about the bear, and I think. Which of you is with them?
I'm in.
Okay. Yeah, Korrin, you escorted them there, and you just see this expression of fuck on the sheriff's face. And she turns to you. Korrin, I would like you to do me a favor.
Sure.
Keep these people hidden. Get them out of town safely.
Yeah, okay.
Don't let them talk to anybody.
I can do that. All right, so I'll buy them horses and put them on the road towards civilization. And I'll give them some money. I'm flush right now, so what the hell? I'll throw them a couple gold apiece and be like, go start a life somewhere else and just pretend you never went to Jawbone.
I think they will be delighted to forget all about this place.
Yep.
Yeah, they do that. They leave the moment they can get through. Awesome. Yeah, that was
Cool.
Ridiculous.